it's a lot later than our usual meetings, but I appreciate you being here. I'm just closing up my workshop right now. I mean, it's late after all. I hope you didn't overhear me humming too much. I've had so many songs stuck in my head. You can come in, you know. It's probably cold out there. How have you been? I hope you've all been having a wonderful day today. If not, I'm here to hopefully make it a little bit better. Thank you for stopping by though. It really means a lot. Anyways, how are you? Seriously? I really want to know everything. I'm always the one talking. I have so much to talk about. So I want to make sure you're heard too. I've been having a good day today. I've been doing better. Good, actually. It's kind of embarrassing for me to say, but a lot of my happiness is thanks to you guys. So thank you. I want to make sure that I'm giving you back the same happiness you give to me. Okay? So just let me know what I can do. If you hear some little noises here and there, don't worry. There's a few things I need to close up before I can head off for the night. And if you don't like any of them, let me know. And I can stop. I want you to feel at peace too. Sorry, let me just get behind you right there. Yeah, just there. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. You know, I've actually been getting really into some new stuff recently. I always talk about all the things I love doing, and it's usually same old, but there are some new things that I've been looking into. And one of those happens to be H.P. Lovecraft. Now, I'm not really much of a reader, but something about the stories just really captivates me. Would you mind if I read you some? I only have Call of Cthulhu. I'm a bit basic, I'm sorry. But maybe I can save up and get some cooler ones in the future. Let me see if I can find it around here. Found it. It was just hidden over there. My workshop is a mess. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to see it like this. I'll read you the first little passage. I think it's quite wonderful. It's not too scary, don't worry. At least, not yet. Maybe I'm in for a shock. Let's read the first passage together. It starts off with a quote. Of such great powers or beings, there may be conceivably a survival of a hugely remote period when consciousness was manifested, perhaps in shapes and forms long since withdrawn before the tide of advancing humanity. Forms of which poetry and legend alone have caught flying memory and called them gods, monsters, mythical beings of all sorts and kinds. By Algernon Blackwood. What a great start. The first chapter's called The Horror in Clay. I'll just read the first paragraph with you. I don't want to get too sidetracked. I have my workshop to run after all. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of dissociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. Isn't that just wonderful? Like I said, I'm not into horror at all. Horror is not my thing, but something about that just grips you, you know? And maybe I'm affected by the King in Yellow. Maybe I'm slowly going mad. Only time will tell. I know I've read some Edgar Allan Poe with you before. whenever I think about stuff like this, it's very much of this on the same page. The gothic style of writing I just love. I'm a bit worried though that it might be a bit too scary for me. So you're gonna have to be there to help me through, okay? Do you promise? You better. I have so many books in the back. Most are old novels that I've never even dared touch. They're all covered in a thick layer of dust. I think the owner before me must have had them, but I don't really know what to do with them. Maybe we could read through some more together? Make it a book club? He really does have a way with words, truly. I could read them over and over again. Even if this story gets terrifying, I think I'll endure. I can't deny a piece of art like that. Can I tell you a secret? You have to promise not to laugh, okay? I mean it. You have to promise. I used to write stories of my own. Back in my old world. It's embarrassing to talk about, but I had so much fun doing it. I wouldn't dare let any of my old pieces see the light of day, but it really helped me through some tough times. I hope you have something creative you can put your heart and soul into. If not, you should try to find something. I know I sound ridiculous when I say this, but it really is soul healing to just have that outlet. Art doesn't have to be something you share with the world. You can keep it all to yourself. But if one day you ever feel comfortable, I'd love you to share it with me. I absolutely adore hearing about anything you guys make. I know you're gonna be angry at me, but I've been having some later nights recently. I've been trying to get my sleep schedule back on track, but it's just so difficult sometimes. Maybe one day. Another thing I've been into recently is D&D. You know, Dungeons and Dragons. Sometimes it gets a bad rep for being such a big nerd thing, but I don't care. I've been a nerd my whole life, and I enjoy it. I do, however, have way too many dice. So many dice. I'll have to see if I can find some. I've got that song stuck in my head again. Goodness. I do sound like a broken record. Okay, found them. I got some new dice recently, and I wanted to share them with you. They're a beautiful red and gold colour. They're really small though. They're such tiny dice compared to the rest of my sets, but I really love them. They're definitely a shining star in my collection. I'm getting distracted. I need to get back to working, otherwise I'm gonna spend hours on end showing you guys all the trinkets around my workshop. And as wonderful as that sounds, I do have to open up shop in the morning. You know, I could just stay here for the night. Yeah, we have a spare room in the back. I might as well just crash here. That means I can stay up as long as I want. It's probably not a good idea since I have to open again in the morning, but oh well. I feel smart, lad. I feel smart right now, so just let me have it. I know I said this earlier, but I really hope you are okay. It's difficult to say how you feel sometimes. I understand that. But emotions are meant to be shared, not kept to yourself. So I'm wishing the best for you. And if you aren't having the best day today, then please know that my workshop doors are always metaphorically open. Just knock and I'll be here. You don't need to spend any of your time worrying about me. Just focus on yourself. I've been trying to go on more walks recently. It's so nice. I hope we can go on one together in the future. I tried to a while ago, but the wind was just too strong. I hope you get another chance. I'm so tired, and sitting here so peacefully is making me even more tired. I don't want to go back to the workshop in the morning. I just want to lounge around here with you for as long as I can. It's rather nice, don't you think? I won't fall asleep just yet, don't you worry. I have many years of training to stay up all night. Back in the days, I was terribly addicted to RuneScape. It was really bad, don't laugh. I would play for hours and hours on end. One time, I didn't have to go to the workshop the next day, and I accidentally ended up playing for 18 hours straight. How terrible is that? I like to play when I can nowadays, but it's not as bad as that anymore. If you've been tired for a while, maybe you can try getting some sleep earlier. If you ever need a place to rest, like I say, the workshop doors are always open. You will always have a place here, okay? Always. No matter if we talk a lot, no matter if you go for a few months, it doesn't matter if you're here right now. You're welcome, and you always will be. Maybe you could tell me about some of the games you play sometimes. I'm always looking for recommendations. I think I've mentioned before that my expertise lie in repairing old arcade machines. I've always just felt such a strong affinity towards them. And although I don't have many arcade machines to work on nowadays, I'm always looking for a new game in general. Are there any games you've been playing recently? You'll have to show me sometime. And maybe, just maybe, I can try booting up RuneScape again. I need to regulate myself. I was thinking about all the things we can do together. I should have some free time, but as the holidays roll around, I'm gonna be so busy. I have some wonderful things planned with my family, and I'm needed a lot in the workshop because a lot of people don't like working in the holidays, and that's okay. But I have to pick up the slack. Sorry, there are still a few bits and bobs, so if you hear me tapping around, don't mind me. Some of the plans I have with my family are decorating for Christmas, celebrating birthdays, and just all around having a jolly good time. I think Christmas should be spent with the people that you love and those that mean a lot to you. So that means I'm going to be spending as much time as I can with you guys. Okay? I always say that family comes first, but even just us being here, this feels like family to me. I'll make sure to tell you all about the festivities I have though. I'm rather excited for Christmas this year. I think it's the first time I've been excited for it in many, many years. I don't know why, but I'm going to seize this opportunity and have the best time that I possibly can. I'm sorry, I have that same song stuck in my head again. That happens to me so frequently, you know. I'll get one song in there and it won't leave for months. I hope you don't mind me if you hear me singing along in the background. Or humming. Well, I walked out of work and I was tired as hell. Another day's days come and gone, oh well. And somewhere there's a drink with my name on it. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Well, I ordered a scotch as I passed through them doors. Spilled half on my jeans, the other half on the floor. When I saw you standing by that video game. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I have a lovely backing orchestra, I know. Well, I ain't very good, but I can practice by myself. Forgot my one line, so I just said what I felt. If only we're lonely. If only we're lonely too. If only we're lonely, I'd go home with you. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. 20 push-ups this morning, that was half of my goal. Tonight I'll be doing pull-ups on the toilet bowl. And somewhere, somebody's throwing up. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Well, I broke the seal on my door and poured myself to bed. The whirlpool spinning round and round in my head. There was liquor on my breath. You were on my mind. And I'll be dreaming of that smile without a care in the world. If only we're lonely. If only we're lonely too. If only we're lonely. I walked out of the kitchen, I was tired as hell. Another day's here. Oh well. Somewhere there's a smile with my name on it. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I ended up going through the whole song there. Got a bit carried away. I usually feel so embarrassed singing or doing anything like that, but it feels so normal. It's just a song I like to listen to called If Only You Were Lonely. I couldn't tell you where I first heard it, or even when I first heard it. I think actually I was listening to a playlist based on the Superman movie. And that was one of the songs on there, and I completely and utterly fell in love with it. Head over heels. That's another reason I always encourage people to do art. That's why I want to see your art. I think that art is a beautiful, wonderful thing, and should be shared where you want to share it. And of course, I consider music to be an art. You know, I think I do have some more books out back. Ones that I've actually touched. I can go see if there are any. Don't mind me, let me just have a look. I found one. This was my absolute favorite when I was a child. It's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I wasn't expecting that to be such a tongue twister. I'm sorry if you can feel a breeze through the door. I really need to get so much of this stuff replaced. Let's read some together. Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? So she was considering in her own mind, as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid, whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up and picking the daisies, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. There was nothing so very remarkable in that, nor did Alice think of it so very much out of the way to hear the rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be late." When she thought it over afterwards, it occurred to her that she ought to have wondered at this, but at the time it all seemed quite natural. But when that rabbit actually took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket and looked on it and then hurried on, Alice started to her feet, for it flashed across her mind that she had never seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it, and burning with curiosity, she ran across the field after it, and fortunately was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a white rabbit talk before, but I would quite like to. I remember in my old world I saw quite a lot of rabbits. Not so much anymore. Wonderful little creatures they are. It's a start to a wonderful story. I've always felt so connected to Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why, but it's always been tugging at my heartstrings, connecting me. I do have some Shakespeare in the back. My favourite is Twelfth Night. People always talk so highly of Shakespeare's romance writing, And then they talk about Romeo and Juliet. And while, yes, it is technically a romance, it's also a tragedy. And I don't know about you guys, but I like my stories to have happy endings. So that was never really one of my favorites. 12th Night, however, is that for me. It's a wonderful tale of love, identity, and everything in between. I could see what Shakespeare I have back there. I'm gonna see if I can find the one passage I'm thinking about. I mean, there's a wonderful one right at the start. I could read that to you if you'd like. It's not all too long, but I think it's beautiful. If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that's surfeiting. The appetite may sicken and so die, that strain again it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odour enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters there, of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement and low price. Even a minute, so full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical. How wonderful is that? I know some people say they didn't understand Shakespeare, but I love it. There are some other ones, some other really, truly wonderful passages in Shakespeare, but I think I would like to keep it light. I like thinking about happiness. No war or fighting or battles today. Just peace, quiet, and us against the rest of the cruel, cruel world out there. You know, it is getting quite late here, and I should close up shop soon. Before I do that, I really just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying. I mean, hey, I'm sure there's a couch you could crash on if you don't want to trek into the darkness. Thank you. I need to finish closing up now, okay? Please don't mind me. Okay, I should be all good soon. Right. I hope you're not too scared of the dark. Thank you. And you know, as I always say, from me, it's good morning. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good